I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Thursday, January 22nd. Today, disaster denied.
We can't hold the rain back when it's coming, and I think we need help from the province to take care of our people.
Why Steinbach is butting heads with the province over major flooding last fall. Also today, 2 people stabbed outside a busy Walmart. What led to the violence and the latest from Winnipeg police. Plus, give it up for the drones.
How it directly impacts our lives in ways that we don't immediately realize.
How the technology is improving public safety and emergency response in Winnipeg. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Manitoba's 3rd largest city is at odds with the province over what constitutes a disaster. The dispute comes after the Manitoba government denied Steinbach financial aid to cover flood damages last fall. Joining us now to explain is CTV's John Hendricks. John, why was the city's application rejected?
Well, Marilee, the province says damages following a massive rainstorm in September didn't meet the criteria for its disaster financial assistance program. Now, to qualify, the province states that damages must be widespread, mostly uninsurable, and represent a significant financial burden. Steinbach's mayor says the fallout from the storm checks off all of those boxes.
There were hundreds of homes that were actually flooded in our community, and so it was widespread, different neighborhoods, different ends of our city.
Parts of Steinbach were hammered with about 135 millimeters of rain. That's more than 5 inches. It all happened on September 11th and 12th. The rain pushed the city's sewer and drainage systems to the max, leaving some streets underwater and many properties flooded. Steinbach Mayor Earl Funk wants clarity from the Manitoba government because this isn't the first time the city's been denied. Rainfall flooded Steinbach a year prior to September's event.
You know, and I would understand this if this is a one-time event. And last year when we didn't get DFA assistance, we were okay with it. We understood. But this is 2 years in a row, same event, 2 years in a row, almost to the day. I think that needs to be taken into consideration too. That many of these people could not get insurance because of the claim they had last year.
A community impact assessment report from the city of Steinbach found the total estimated damages from the 2025 flood incurred by city property owners was $4 million.
So, John, how are residents reacting to the province's decision then?
Yeah, they're frustrated too, Marilee. For example, an animal rescue needed to raise $25,000 just to pay its insurance deductible. CTV's Joseph Bernacki will have more details coming up at 6.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks, John. 2 men were sent to hospital and a 3rd is in custody after a fight broke out at a St. James Walmart last night. It happened at the Empress Street location shortly after 6 o'clock. According to police, a 27-year-old man was leaving the store when he got into an argument with 2 men he knew. He sprayed them with a fire extinguisher before the fight spilled outside. The situation culminated when someone pulled out a knife and 2 men were stabbed. The suspect made off in a vehicle. However, he was arrested a few hours later. The 2 victims were sent to hospital in stable condition. The investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information is asked to get in touch with Major Crimes. A 2nd person has died at a Manitoba workplace in less than a week. RCMP say a 55-year-old man died at a construction site east of Hamiota yesterday. It's reported he backed a skid steer into a deep hole. His death was confirmed at the scene. The incident comes just 6 days after RCMP say a 42-year-old man was killed when he was pulled into machinery at a food production facility just north of Altona. A Northern First Nation is calling on Manitoba Hydro to alter operations of a river diversion in order to save the sturgeon population. A new report commissioned by Tatasqueyak Cree Nation says the Crown Corporation's Churchill River diversion has altered water flow and depth in the region. And Tatasqueyak, located at Split Lake northeast of Thompson, says it's decimated ecosystems, causing lake sturgeon populations to plummet.
All animals have a rhythm. The river has a rhythm. The diversion operates in opposition to that rhythm. And Manitoba Hydro must operate the diversion in sync with the natural flow regime of the river for the sturgeon to survive.
The report recommends Hydro adjust Churchill River's water flow to rehabilitate the sturgeon population and surrounding ecosystem. Manitoba Hydro tells CTV News it has been working with the First Nation since 2011 to study and understand sturgeon populations. A Hydro spokesperson says the Crown Corporation is reviewing the study's findings and recommendations. A new report from Manitoba's Auditor General has found a handful of issues with how the province is managing dialysis services. The report outlines three main issues. It says there's no clear strategy connecting what the system is trying to achieve with how it intends to get there. Responsibilities for dialysis services are not clearly defined, meaning it's not always clear who is responsible for what function. And it says funding is not based on expectations, meaning the system does not promote efficiency. The Auditor General makes several recommendations, all of which Shared Health and the province say they are working towards achieving. City councillors have backed off a plan to remove bird-friendly window standards to new and retrofit buildings near malls and major traffic corridors. The city seemed poised to rescind the bylaw just last month, largely over concerns it would stymie residential housing development and because of the cost of the materials. However, Councillor Janice Lukes introduced a motion at Wednesday's special meeting of council to keep the requirement in place, which was carried. It requires bird-friendly window treatments up to 16 meters above ground level or to the top of the mature tree canopy, whichever is higher, to the satisfaction of the director. All right, I feel for those birds out there tonight,
No
Colleen,
kidding.
because even if you're a bird, it's cold tonight, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel for animals who have to be outside in these conditions. They are brutal all throughout the afternoon, Marilee. The temperature bounced back and forth here in Winnipeg between -30 and -31. When you factor in the wind chill, most of the day we've had wind chill values between -46 and -48. So brutally cold conditions continue inside the city. But we're not alone. Almost all of Manitoba and northwestern Ontario under that orange cold warning issued by Environment Canada. Many other parts of Canada also under a cold warning as a result of this cold outbreak that's swallowing up much of North America, really. Churchill, the lone region in Manitoba, not under the warning. I have more details on what's ahead, how long these bitterly cold conditions will persist, and when we will finally get some relief. That's to come. The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bath Fit, exclusive home of the Permafit solution in Winnipeg right now. Just looking at that screen, at that shot, it's cold. -31 degrees with a few flurries flying. With the wind chill, it feels like -45 thanks to those northwest winds. 24 kilometers an hour with wind gusts up to 35. The pressure's rising and the humidity is 63%. Out on the roads, a live look at McPhillips. Busy there in both north and southbound directions. One stall to let you know about, surprisingly just one for now. Northbound Pembina at Chevrier. That stall is in the median lane.
Coming up, a big and beloved piece of the Bombers' decor is back for another season. More on Willie Jefferson's return after the break.
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Don't panic. TikTok will keep entertaining Canadians, at least for now. A judge has shelved the order that demanded the social media company wind down its Canadian operation. There were security concerns about the parent company's links to the Chinese government. But there will be a new national security review of the company. TikTok says it has 14 million users in Canada. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 72.53. West Texas Intermediate down over $1 to 59.36. Western Canadian Select up just a bit to 45.43. And the TSX gained 151 points to close back above 33,000. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marella Fernandez.
Market Watch is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Group health plans for any size business.
A new display at the Royal Aviation Museum of Western Canada is highlighting the growing role drones are playing in emergency response.
It reflects how the technology continues to evolve and how it directly impacts our lives in ways that we don't immediately realize.
Winnipeg Fire Department's drone program display shows the support remotely piloted aircraft systems provide for fire suppression, search and rescue, incident assessment, and public safety.
The drones featured in this exhibit have become an increasingly valuable part of our emergency response operations. Equipped with thermal imaging tools, aerial monitoring systems, they provide our responders with real-time insight during active incidents.
That help identifies heat sources, structural risks, and potential dangers before crews enter a site. The Fire Paramedic Service implemented drone technology around 9 years ago. Winter can feel long, especially on a day like today, but an upcoming dance is looking to lighten the mood.
It's people our age, a little younger, a little older, who enjoy music. People come out to dance. You can dance formally, you can dance casually.
The Forever Young Club has been around for almost 30 years. The group hosts dance parties once a month featuring music from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. The club's president says the events are a great way to stay active and social.
We were able to talk with our friends, and my husband and I have met so many new friends through this engagement. It's really been a wonderful thing.
The next dance is happening Saturday, January 31st, starting at 7 o'clock. There will be a 50-50 draw, light lunch, and cash bar. You're asked to call the number on your screen to register.
Community Connection is brought to you by Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Born to be a hero, trained to be a plumber.
The Scotties Tournament of Hearts gets underway tomorrow in Mississauga, Ontario, and this time the field is open for a shakeup with five-time champion Rachel Homan not coming to defend the title. Homan's rink is sitting out this year as it prepares for the Olympics. That means four-time champion Carrie Anerson from Gimli will don Team Canada colors instead. Caitlin Laws dropped the Manitoba final, but picked up the final berth in the field thanks to a slim lead over the number 5 team in the Canadian rankings. And the third Manitoba team in contention is Beth Peterson's rink, which curls out of Assiniboine Memorial Curling Club. Peterson emerged from a deep Manitoba field with playoff wins over Kate Cameron and Laws. The Scotties kick off tomorrow and run until February 1st. A big and beloved piece of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers defense is returning to the fray for another CFL season. Defensive end Willie Jefferson has agreed to a one-year contract extension. The fan favorite is a 6-time CFL All-Star and was the league's most outstanding defensive player back in 2019. He racked up 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and a league-best 16 pass knockdowns in 2025. The 2026 season will be his 7th in blue and gold and 12th in the CFL. Jefferson was slated to become a free agent in February.
Get back inside.
Nominations for the 98th Academy Awards are out. We're going to tell you who the front runners are coming up in Spotlight.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting the Roadhammers with Doc Walker.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and the nominations for the 98th Academy Awards have just been announced.
They have indeed, Marilee, and Sinners has already made Oscars history. The horror film scored 16 nominations, the most ever.
Get back inside.
It includes nods in most of the main categories, including Best Picture, Actor, and Director. Another top contender is Paul Thomas Anderson's thriller One Battle After Another. It scored 13 nominations. There were also some notable snubs. The musical Wicked for Good was shut out, despite its predecessor scoring 10 nominations last year, including Best Picture.
Get back inside.
Meantime, some Canadian content is among the nominations today. The National Film Board of Canada's animated short, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, has been nominated for Best Animated Short Film. The Oscar ceremony will be held on March 15th.
The 35th edition of the Winnipeg New Music Festival is underway.
And it includes a special performance Friday night at Centennial Concert Hall. The performance, entitled Sunrise, features guest composer Christopher Tifanidis' celebrated orchestral work, Rainbow Body. The night also includes percussionist Lisa Pegger's WSO debut in a fiery percussion concerto.
It has a full orchestral percussion section in the back as well, but I'll be featured up front performing a wide array of musical percussion instruments in multi-percussion fashion. One large drum setup on one side of the stage, and then a multitude of keyboard instruments on the other side of the stage.
The Winnipeg New Music Festival runs through January 29th. A full schedule and tickets are available through the WNMF website.
The Eagles have just made music history.
They sure have. The band's 1976 album, titled Their Greatest Hits 1971 to 1975, has sold more than 40 million units. It's now the best-selling album of all time in the U.S.
Swift.
That's right. That's according to a new certification from the Recording Industry Association of America. The Eagles formed in the early 1970s and mastered the mix of rock and roll and country music. Their hits, including Hotel California, Take It Easy, and of course Desperado, became part of the soundtrack of that decade.
Well, it may not be hockey. They may not be hockey players in real life, but the stars of Heated Rivalry are set to have a role in a major upcoming sporting event.
Where aren't they going to be? It doesn't get any bigger than this, folks. The duo is heading to the Olympics.
You will not be so nice when we beat you.
That's not happening.
Hudson Williams and Connor Story have shot to fame as Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov, two Major League Hockey players who find themselves in an unexpected secret romance. The show, made by CTV's Bell Media partner Crave, has garnered a lot of attention around the globe. HBO Max is streaming the series outside Canada, and today confirmed that Williams and Story will be among the torchbearers for the upcoming Olympic Winter Games in February. Heated Rivalry starts streaming in Italy a few days before the games get underway.
All right. Thanks for this, Colleen.
You're welcome. Your Thursday primetime lineup kicks off with Hell's Kitchen at 7. 911 Nashville comes in next at 8. Catch Grey's Anatomy at 9. And Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage wind up at 10. It's all right here tonight on CTV. A live look at a very cold Osborne Village down onto Osborne Street. Still busy there. Watch out for stalled vehicles. In these brutally cold conditions, I will have your full weekend forecast ahead, including when we will finally feel a little relief from this cold.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Well, as I mentioned, here in Winnipeg, we've been going back and forth between minus 30 and minus 31 degrees all afternoon. As for the wind chills, and that's just air temperature. When you factor in the wind chills, it has felt as cold as minus 48 at different points in time today here in the city. Similar conditions across the south. In fact, it's actually a little colder in southern regions than in the north right now, including northwestern Ontario, where there's snow and drifting snow in the Kenora area. It's minus 31 degrees there. It's minus 26 in Thompson, and like Kenora, there's snow falling and drifting. Now, Environment Canada often lists the hot spot and cold spot, both in Manitoba and across Canada, for every hour and then for the whole day. Well, technically right now, the hot spot in Manitoba is Gillam, where I believe it's minus 25.6 degrees, to give you some perspective of just how cold it is. Nonetheless, the strongest wind chills overnight are still expected in the northern half of the province under that continued orange warning tonight. Here in the south, wind chill values in the low to mid 40s expected, but it's been colder than that for much of the day here in Winnipeg. Northwestern Ontario, similar wind chill values in the minus 40s, and this isn't going anywhere throughout the weekend. It won't be until Monday, really, before we start to feel some relief. But we are not alone. Much of Canada In fact, much of the continent is under cold warnings tonight. We have yellow and orange warnings. Why the two different colors? Well, the yellow warnings is where Environment Canada expects the impact level to be moderate. Of course, we're right in the middle of that orange region where impact levels are going to be quite high. And this is what I'm talking about, folks. We have wind chill values that are well into the -40s here in the south. In Winnipeg, it feels like -47. Brandon's wind chill, Dauphin 2, -46. In Thompson right now, it feels like -39 there, where that snow is continuing to fall. There's not a lot of it. It does move around a little bit. The winds are up there too, because this isn't just a cold air mass, it's also a windy one too, exacerbating wind chill values. But you see, we clear right out for the most part overnight, and then I'll move through the futurecast pretty quickly on Friday. You see, it is clear under that Arctic high pressure just bearing down. Just looking at that looks cold, doesn't it? It's going to get even colder, especially the overnight lows, before it gets better. Yeah, and it's hard to imagine getting colder than this. Just wait. But -30 is our forecast low tonight. Frostbite can happen in minutes, of course, and these conditions. Strong northwest winds. The winds will be strong until morning commute time. Then they will ease up. Mostly sunny, though, a high of just -25 degrees. Now we drop to -32 Friday night, -25 Saturday, -37 our forecast low on Saturday night. That's just the air temperature. Yeah, that's right. -26 on Sunday, sunny, and then the big break. Jump for joy, folks, at -16 degrees on Monday. Yeah, I've got to make sure I got that day right. It's Monday. It's Monday. It's not tomorrow or the day after. The day after that, unfortunately. Its first weather photo is from Gladstone, from Barb. Beautiful photo, but you know that's very common when conditions are this cold, as is this photo. Similarly, up in Snow Lake, that photo is from Eugene. Send us your weather photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Well, we're going to leave you today with a terrifying moment that unfolded in Alberta earlier this week. It happened when a skier triggered an avalanche on a ski slope.
Oh, avalanche, avalanche, avalanche.
Yeah, watch it happen right here. The slide occurred at Lake Louise Ski Resort Tuesday. It was categorized as an avalanche, size 2, with a potential to bury, injure, or kill a person. Parks Canada says the skier who lost both skis was buried up to their waist in snow, but they survived this. Crews carried that skier to the bottom of the mountain, and other than that rescue that needed to be done, the person walked away unscathed. So
unbelievable.
It ended well, which is
a miracle, really.
Nice note to leave you on.
Yeah.
Just don't look at the forecast. Locally, anyways. All right. We'll be back at 6 with more news. Hope to see you then.